Okay, let's think about how we've always defined home. Usually it's just those four walls around us. But something really shifted recently, didn't it? That whole period of staying put. It really made us appreciate and maybe rethink how we use and expand our living
Oh,
spaces.
absolutely. That experience was, well, pretty profound for a lot of people.
Hmm.
It showed us that our entire property has potential, not just the square footage under the actual roof. We started looking at our backyards differently, not just as, separate areas, but as real extensions of our insides.
Exactly. And that realization, that shift, it brings us right to our deep dive today. We're talking outdoor kitchen design, extending summer entertaining spaces. We're going to explore how these, frankly, incredible spaces can transform your backyard, making it a truly functional extension of your home where, cooking, dining, entertaining, it all just blends together right out under the open sky.
Yeah, and our insights today, they come from this really fantastic piece we found. It dives deep into this whole trend, gives really practical advice, some surprising facts, and some very relatable personal stories, too.
Right. So, our mission for you today is basically to give you a shortcut to understanding the core benefits, what the essential elements are, and some, clever ways to create an outdoor kitchen. We want to show you how it's not just some luxury item, but actually a pretty smart investment, and maybe most importantly, a new hub for connection. So, let's dig in.
Okay, so let's kick off with the big question. Why? Why an outdoor kitchen? Is it really just about, like, moving your grill onto the patio, or is there something, I don't know, deeper going on here? That's a great starting point.
Hmm.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is that it's fundamentally about a shift in how you actually use your home.
Mm-hmm.
The source we look at really hammers this home, how it makes your backyard a true extension of your indoor living space.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest immediate impact, well, it's no more running back and forth to the kitchen when you're trying to cook for guests. It keeps the cook connected, part of the conversation, immersed in the actual party.
Right. So it's not just convenience, it's about presence, being there. That quote from the source really stuck with me. Outdoor kitchen design isn't just about the grill, it's about creating an extension of your home's heart. It just paints such a vivid picture of that integration, doesn't it?
It really does. And, if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's also a surprisingly smart investment. The article highlights this one homeowner who saw their property value jump pretty significantly after installing one. So it's not just a personal perk. There are often real financial benefits that can outweigh that initial cost.
Interesting. But beyond the dollars and cents, there's this huge lifestyle transformation you mentioned. Our source talks about a neighbor's family who, like, practically lives outside from April through October. That's a huge chunk of the year. What's the key takeaway from that kind of shift? What does that really mean for them?
Well, the real nugget there, I think, is how it fosters spontaneous gatherings. When hosting feels easier, more effortless because of that casual outdoor vibe, you just find yourself doing it more often. And without all the usual stress, right?
Yeah.
No more shuffling plates inside, no more missing the good conversations because you're stuck in the kitchen. It sort of decentralizes everything and pulls everyone into the experience together.
That's a really compelling case for the why. But I guess I always picture these spaces as strictly warm weather things. The source seems to suggest otherwise, though. How versatile are they really?
That's a great question. And yeah, it's a common misconception. The piece actually has some fantastic examples of how these setups can transition pretty seamlessly. From those vibrant summer grilling sessions right into cozy fall evenings. That versatility is really key to maximizing your investment and, well, your enjoyment throughout more of the year.
Okay, you've convinced me on the why. Now let's get into the how.
Hmm.
What are the absolutely essential elements for a functional outdoor kitchen? The things you just can't skimp on.
Right. So the foundational principle the source really zeroes in on is workflow. It has to flow well. The best designs prioritize functionality, making cooking outside just as convenient or almost as convenient as inside. Right. When you think about the must-haves, it starts obviously with the grill or cooktop. That's the heart of it all.
Right, the heart. And then you absolutely need a dedicated prep counter. I've been to places where that's kind of an afterthought and you end up trying to chop veggies on some tiny little corner, or worse, running inside constantly. It sounds simple, but having enough prep space is just crucial for comfort and efficiency.
Absolutely. And crucially, a sink, or at least water access. That just eliminates those endless trips inside just to wash your hands or rinse something off or fill a pot. And then for organization and keeping things safe from the weather, storage cabinets are vital. Keep your utensils, your supplies ready to go.
And what about protection? From the sun, the rain, because a great setup is kind of useless if you're getting baked or soaked.
Exactly. That's where a shade structure comes in, whether it's a pergola, an awning, whatever. It's pretty essential to extend the usability, protect you and your guests. And the layout itself is critical too. The source really stresses positioning those prep areas right next to the cooking zones for a natural workflow. It's a small detail, but it makes a huge difference, like Sarah set up in the article. With open shelving above the counters for spices, saves space, makes them instantly grabbable.
Yeah, I can totally see how all those elements work together. But beyond just function, the article also mentions aesthetics. What's the sort of hidden power there, making it look good?
Well, what's interesting is how the outdoor design should ideally complement your indoor kitchen's look. For visual harmony, it's not just about looking nice, though. It's about creating this seamless flow that makes your entire home feel bigger, more intentional, Whether you're going for that rustic charm or something sleek and modern, keeping that cohesive look just enhances the overall appeal and probably the perceived value of your property, too.
Okay, so we've got the must-haves for function, but every backyard is different, right? The size, the shape. So how do we map these essentials onto our unique space? Customization sounds pretty crucial here.
It absolutely is. And the source actually gives some great layout options, each sort of tailored for different spaces. For small areas, maybe like an apartment balcony, a straight line layout can work really well. Everything sits efficiently against one wall. You get an effective cooking station, but maybe you still have room for a little bistro table.
Oh, I can just picture that, like an intimate dinner under the stars, even on a tiny balcony. Cool. And for medium-sized patios, the L-shaped layout seems perfect. My sister actually chose this for her suburban backyard. She put the grill right in the corner. It naturally separates the cooking and prep zones, creates a defined kitchen area without feeling cramped.
Exactly. And then for those really spacious yards, a U-shaped layout offers, like, the ultimate in functionality.
Yeah.
Multiple zones. Think about that Ant's impressive setup described in the article. Grill on one side, pizza oven on another, maybe a bar area completing the U. The real insight there is that this kind of layout allows multiple cooks to work at the same time without getting in each other's way. Turns cooking into more of a group activity.
That sounds like a dream for big family gatherings. And then there's the island setup. Those seem super popular for entertaining. They really draw people in.
They really do. Yeah. An island creates this natural gathering point. The cook stays part of the conversation. Guests can perch around it. It completely changes the social dynamic, right?
Yeah.
The chef is the center of the party, not isolated somewhere. So ultimately, the layout you pick should really reflect how you entertain on weekends. Casual BBQs, elaborate dinner parties. It's about how you actually envision yourself living in that space.
That's a great point. Living in it, not just cooking in it. Okay, now speaking of making it last, materials.
Yeah.
Because this isn't an indoor kitchen, is it? It's going to face sun, rain, maybe snow. Durability has got to be a top priority, especially in places with 4 seasons.
Exactly right. The source is very clear on this. Weather resistance is paramount, #1 priority. For appliances, like your grill, marine-grade stainless steel is highly recommended. It has superior corrosion resistance, higher nickel content. The article illustrates this perfectly, actually, contrasting a standard grill that rusted out after just 2 seasons versus an upgraded one that lasted 5 years looked great. The key takeaway, I think, is that paying a bit more upfront often saves you significant money and hassle on replacements later.
That makes a huge difference. And for countertops, what holds up best?
Well, concrete and natural stone are excellent for durability. The source even mentions how concrete gets this gorgeous patina over time, adds character. Or, if you want lower maintenance, sealed granite or outdoor-rated manufactured quartz are really solid choices too. Cabinetry also needs careful thought. The article warns against using standard wooden cabinets that can warp, deteriorate pretty quickly outdoors. It advocates for properly weather-treated woods like teak or maybe those marine-grade polymer cabinets. They just hold up better. Again, it's that principle. Invest a bit more initially to save headaches down the road.
And flooring. Can't forget flooring. Non-slip surfaces seem crucial for safety, right? Especially around wet areas or where spills might happen.
Absolutely critical. Textured stone pavers, brick, outdoor-rated porcelain tiles, those are all good suggestions from the source. The example of using slate pavers around a grill area for secure footing and lasting color, that really drives home the practical side. It's about balancing how it looks with how it functions when it's facing the elements all year round.
Okay, so once you have those core functional bits in place, made with the right stuff, it's those game-changing add-ons that really elevate the whole experience, isn't it? These are the details that turn a, good outdoor kitchen into an exceptional entertaining space.
They really do make a difference. A built-in beverage refrigerator, maybe an under-counter model. That tops the list for pure convenience. keeps drinks perfectly chilled, doesn't eat up valuable counter space. And for the wine lovers out there, dedicated wine coolers are a fantastic touch. They maintain the right temperature even when it's hot outside. The real insight here, maybe, is that it's more than just convenience. It kind of decentralizes the hospitality. Guests can help themselves easily.
That's a great way to put it, decentralizing hospitality. I like that. And what about specialized cooking things? Beyond just a standard grill, how do those really transform the space?
Oh yeah, a pizza oven or a smoker creates an immediate wow factor, instantly. Our source mentioned how this small wood-fired pizza oven turned Friday pizza nights into like a neighborhood tradition. Now that's a true lifestyle game changer, right? Fostering community in a really unique way.
Totally. And to really make the space inviting after the sun goes down, atmosphere is key too. Lighting.
Oh, absolutely. Strategic lighting transforms it. You need good task lighting over the grill so you can see what you're doing, but then also ambient string lights overhead, maybe pathway lighting for safety, makes it feel like a proper room.
And for the full sensory experience, music, a good outdoor sound system seems like a must.
Yeah, quality outdoor sound. Weather-resistant Bluetooth speakers are great, like those hidden rock speakers mentioned in the source. They blend right into the landscape but deliver really good sound.
And to really stretch out the evening or even the season, a fire feature seems like a natural next step.
Definitely. A built-in fire pit, maybe a fireplace. It creates this natural transition point for after-dinner drinks as it gets cooler. Invites guests to linger longer, creates a cozy focal point, really extends the use of the space.
So we've covered the basics, the wow factors, but what about making it usable beyond perfect summer evenings? The source had some really smart ideas for truly extending the season, didn't it?
Yeah, shelter solutions are crucial there. A retractable awning can give you flexible protection from sun or a light drizzle. For something more permanent, a solid pergola, maybe with a louvered roof, that lets you adjust to changing weather conditions. Shade when you need it, sun when you want it.
And fighting the chill. What about heat sources?
Things like overhead infrared heaters, or even just good portable propane heaters, can make a huge difference for cool weather entertaining.
And what about wind? That can often be the biggest party killer, right?
For sure. That's where clear vinyl panels come in handy. The source mentioned how these can roll down from a pergola. It basically transforms the space into a comfortable, wind-protected three-season room, adds month to your outdoor living potential.
And finally, something simple but effective. Cozy textiles.
Don't underestimate them. Washable throws, weather-resistant cushions, maybe in warmer colors for fall. They really enhance comfort and just make the space feel inviting, even as the air starts to cool down. It's an aesthetic transition as well as a practical one.
Okay, wow. We've talked about the why, the what, the how, the materials, the add-ons. Now let's get really practical. What are some planning tips for someone who's thinking, okay, I want to do this? Where should they actually begin?
Right, the starting point. You need to start by honestly assessing how you'll primarily use this space. Really think about it. Is it mostly for intimate family dinners? Or are you planning big, boisterous gatherings every weekend? That fundamental question should really guide your whole design process, from the layout right down to the appliances you choose.
And proximity. Proximity to your indoor kitchen seems like it matters more than people might think.
It really does. Positioning your outdoor kitchen directly outside the indoor kitchen, one can significantly cut down installation costs. For plumbing, electrical. Plus, let's be honest, it just makes life easier when you inevitably forget an ingredient. Less running back and forth.
True. And thinking in terms of dedicated zones, you mentioned workflow earlier.
Yes, thinking in zones is crucial. Prep, cooking, serving, cleanup. Each area should flow logically into the next. Minimize unnecessary steps. The source even suggests having like a small staging area between the prep counter and the grill. That kind of forethought prevents bottlenecks and just makes the whole cooking experience much smoother, less stressful.
And something easily overlooked, especially if you have a roof or pergola, ventilation. Oh, critical.
Proper planning for ventilation is essential, especially under any kind of covered structure. The article shared that cautionary tale, right? A neighbor who had to add a ventilation hood later because smoke was just getting trapped. Plan for that up front. It saves time, money, and probably some smoky eyes. And finally, and this is a big one always check your local building codes and any HOA restrictions before you break ground. Seriously. A friend in the article discovered some specific regulations mid-project. Cause frustrating delays, extra costs. Just a quick check up front can save you massive headaches and potential fines down the road. Do the homework first.
This has been such a comprehensive deep dive. It's just so clear now how an outstanding outdoor kitchen design really does transform your backyard. It becomes this genuine, functional extension of your home, lets you prepare meals while actually enjoying the fresh air and being with your company. It just creates this relaxed atmosphere that, indoor cooking sometimes can't quite match.
Absolutely. And it's really important to underscore, I think, that possibilities exist for nearly every budget and every size of space. It's not just for huge yards with massive budgets, from simple grilling stations to really elaborate setups.
Mhm.
Remember that example of the modest balcony setup? It proves you don't need sprawling acreage. You can absolutely start with the basics of good quality grill, decent prep space, and then maybe expand over time as your needs or budget allow.
Yeah. And the true beauty of it all, I think, really lies in its ability to bring people together. Food has always been this natural connector, hasn't it? And preparing it outdoors just adds this element of casual fun that seems to put everyone at ease. Imagine, your own Sunday brunches on the patio becoming these cherished traditions with friends and family. It really is about cultivating connection.
Exactly. It's an investment, sure, but not just in property value. It's an investment in a richer, more connected lifestyle.
So, as you think about your own space, maybe consider this. What new cherished traditions or just everyday joys could you create by extending your home outdoors like this? How might it reshape your relationship with your living space, turning maybe ordinary meals into special occasions and every gathering into a potentially lasting memory? The investment, as we said, isn't just in property value, it's really in a richer, more connected way of living, something to think about.